Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Has anyone been doing their meditations recently? How about 10 minutes? How about 10 minutes a day? Has anyone been doing that? Oh, because I did. I did a nice solid 1 hour. Just fucking steadily doing an hour. Ridiculous. Just because that's how it works. And I believe it was in fact Albert Einstein. What's up, player? Thanks for joining, Alistair Oakley. Appreciate you joining the party. I believe it was Albert Einstein recently. Well, not recently, like 70 years ago. He talked about how, I guess you'd call it like exponential growth. Like, I guess he was talking about like how investment and then like, oh, compounding. Yeah, it was like he was talking about compounding is this like hugely powerful resource, and that is how like financial shit works, like how you invest money today and then it like exponentially grows, right? It's like how basically how like a boat that's headed in one direction, how like if you take that boat and chart its course like 1 degree in a different direction, that by the end of the journey, you end in a completely different place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how it compounds to this massive new direction. It's not just like you change the course of the boat 1 degree and you end up 1 degree different on the other side of the ocean. Like if you start from the United Kingdom and you start to go across the ocean, you would basically end up in like Greenland or some shit, or like, I don't know, at least fucking like in Canada. But if you change that direction 1 degree south, by the time you end up on over in North America, it's not like you just end up rather than ending up in like Canada, you end up in like Boston. It's not like that. It's like you end up in fucking Miami because it ends up completely in a different. You change the course of your reality so much. So the point of this is basically like it's the same with your life. Like it's the same with your reality. It's the same with your money. If you invest $1 today, it compounds in 10 years. That's like $10,000 or some shit. It's not just $1 a day. It compounds more. Okay. So it's also like if you make small changes in your life, okay, like if you make small changes in your life today, if you stop smoking cigarettes today, you're going to have like this massive change in your life down the road. Okay? It's like a huge impact is going to take place. It's that same with like taking the journey across the ocean. It's like one little change, 1 degree change now is going to have massive fucking consequences later. So if you stop smoking cigarettes now, in 10 years, you're going to have a massive fucking change in your health, an increase actually in your health. But if you take on shitty habits, if you start smoking meth today, in 10 years you're going to be fucking dead, or you're going to be like in abysmal shape, right? It's these small little incremental changes, and they compound into a huge fucking output. You know what I'm saying? And so it's this, so let's try to do those in a positive way. And that's like with meditation, it's like you invest 10 minutes today, but in 10 years it's a huge fucking change in your life. Like the whole fucking distance, the whole distance of your, the whole like direction, the whole destination of your life is changing. So that's like the principle of compounding. I recently saw this on, someone posted on Instagram, was talking about the same idea, how Einstein talked about this. And I didn't really know, like, oh, was that Einstein that came up with that? Well, it makes sense. I mean, it's smart shit. And I've heard about it, like, in financing stuff, but I didn't, it was, like, new to me to apply it to your real life. It's like, but yeah, of course that makes sense. Like, if you start today, just fucking small things, man. Like, just start meditating 10 minutes. And then after like a month or two of that, you can add one other thing, like just start eating like half an avocado every day. And then after a month or two of that, like you can add one more. Like I'm just gonna start reading like 2 pages of a book a day, like just 1 or 2 pages. But then a month after that, you can start to read 4 pages. It's like you see how you keep stacking these things up, and the like potential of stacking, like the potential of stacking valuable things, is so massive. Like it's so powerful. And so what the fuck? Like let's start doing it. Like, and I found now, like it's crazy. Like now I'm like getting obsessed with adding new things, like stabilizing the things I do add. It's like motherfucking 1 hour meditation is like that's my like premier like that's my like premier routine, I guess. One of them anyway. That's the one that I'm like hoping to like build into something else, or hoping to like monetize, or like share the most with people, is like if you start meditating every day, it's this like massive alteration of your course. So do you want to be that person who smokes cigarettes every day, or that person who quits? That person who quits smoking cigarettes, or that person who starts smoking meth? Like you've got these choices to make. And when you start making the correct ones now, incremental choices, and you sustain them and you stack them up into a routine that you can sustain over like weeks or months or then years and then decades, it changes the whole course of your life, man. The whole course of your life. That's how it works. From what I can see, you start to do a little better. Be a little more like fucking David Goggins. Be a little more like Elon Musk. Be a little bit more like Joe Rogan. A little more like Tyler and Julian. You just make these little tiny changes, and you just start to move into that direction, and you see how other people don't do it. You know, they don't, but you do. And you realize that if you can keep these patterns up and you can keep these routines up, you can actually add more, and it just you keep growing to a new person. And in fact, one thing I tried yesterday, which I'm considering, or actually I've done it the last couple of days, is like just because I'm in Canada and it's fucking freezing cold out here in the winter. I'm just like hopping outside, like no shirt on, headphones in, like just shorts on. So I just hop outside for like 2 minutes. It's like freezing cold. Like just hop outside, like no shirt on in the cold. So it's like cold shock therapy, man. But it's like, why not, right? It's building up some kind of shit. There's all kinds of science to back that up. So why not? Let's do this thing, right? Let's grow. Let's hammer in there. And then I also was banging off. Yeah, yesterday I banged off 100 bodyweight squats, and I'm like, I like that. Like I'm gonna see. Like I haven't quite committed yet to like 100%. Like I just was like flirting with this idea of like, what if I did 100 bodyweight squats every day? Like just what if I did that? What if I just did 100 bodyweight squats every day? And I just started doing that, and just like committed to that and built it up as like a routine. Like that could legitimately be badass. Like that's some shit that would pay off some heavy returns. People are always wondering like, how do I invest? Like what do I invest in? Should I become a Forex trader? Some fucking dickhead emailed me on Instagram and said I should be a Forex trader. Like I don't know, maybe Forex is good. I don't fucking know. It seems everyone that emails me is a fucking idiot from what I can see. And their Instagram just consists of like hashtag hustle and like money, like, or like a Lamborghini, but it's like none of that. They don't own any of that shit. It's just like a stock photo that they fucking copy and pasted from Google. But somehow they have like 1,000 followers, and they're like, I trade Forex. Let's be millionaires together. Like, bitch, you're not a millionaire. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, but maybe, right? I don't know enough about Forex. I'm gonna have people, Forex dudes, fucking hit me up now, saying I'm a hater. So who knows? But the bottom line is like, let's invest. You want to invest, motherfucker? Let's invest today. Invest in yourself, dude. Invest in some fucking bodyweight squats. Invest in some push-ups. Invest in some meditation, motherfucker. Let's really invest. In fact, I think it was like Tony Robbins and those guys, or at least it might have been some of those hardcore dudes, might have been Grant Cardone, I don't know, was talking about how it could even have been some like, oh, low battery mode on Instagram. That's fun. It could have even been like some super hardcore dudes like Warren Buffett or something. Talk about how they make like one investment a year, Like they invest like to one major company a year. It's like that's not as much as you might think. Like that's not some nerd sitting around looking at textbooks all day. That's them like figuring something out that they believe in and really investing and committing to it. Now with your own like personal investments, you can do more than that. Like you can, but it's like you make them like strategic. It's like no, I'm going to invest in fucking cold shock therapy like regularly. And I'm going to keep doing that over the course of some days and some weeks and some months until it becomes locked in. And once that shit gets locked in, it's like it's locked in. In fact, the other day I was telling this girl about how I did like meditation every day for an hour. She's like, "Wow, that's so much. Like that's a lot." I was like, "Well, yeah, but once it's in there, it's just in. It's locked in." And I asked her, I'm like, "Well, how much do you comb your hair?" She's like, "Well, I comb it every day." I'm like, "Yeah." Would that be weird if one day you didn't comb it? She's like, yeah, that'd be weird. I'm not gonna just randomly not comb my hair. That's crazy. I was like, well, now you know how it feels for me. Like with meditation, like it's not a debate. Like it's not a fucking debate. It's like that's what I'm doing. It's like girls, it's like whoever, like dudes, the same. It's like, well, how often do you watch football? Oh, well, I watch football every fucking Sunday for 10 hours. Okay, well, there you go. You're committed to that. What if you committed to 10 minutes of meditation on Sunday? Would that make a difference? No, no, I couldn't do that. But you could though. You know what I mean? So let's get crazy. It's like as I was just listening to Derek from RSD, um, he was saying if you want abnormal results in life, you're gonna have to be willing to do some abnormal shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want some above average results, you're gonna need to do some above average shit. It just makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like someone might say like, well, standing in the cold with no shirt on for 2 minutes, that's weird. That's not ordinary. It's like, well, good motherfucker, because I'm trying to get some not ordinary shit going on. I want to have some not ordinary fucking money. I want to have some not ordinary fucking YouTube views. I want to have some not ordinary fucking body. I want to have some not ordinary relationships, motherfucker. Some not ordinary life. I'm not looking for some ordinary shit. You want some fucking ordinary shit? Go do some ordinary shit. Go play Call of Duty for 10 hours. That's fucking ordinary. Actually, that probably is ordinary these days. So again, it's like who wants to be ordinary? Fuck all that. We're trying to be abnormal, motherfucker. So when I watch David Goggins' Instagram and I see him running down the road in the fucking rain and he's running down the road with no shirt on saying get after it, stay hard and all this shit. I love that, man. I'm like, that's cool. That's who I want to be. I see Cam Hanes running up and down that mountain carrying that big rock, running a marathon a day. I'm thinking that's hardcore, man. That's who I want to be. That's what I want to be like. That ain't ordinary. That's some gangster shit. So that's how I'm trying to become more of. And you can do it in your own way. It's like for me, it's doing this with the meditation. It's doing this with the journaling every day. It's doing this with the pound and the kale and the spinach. It's like that's my shit. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm interested to hear. Put that shit in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me know because is this what it's all about? It's like this is the new currency, in my opinion. Like this is the new species of human being. All that other shit, that weirdo shit, like politically correct fucking nonsense, living in a fantasy world. Fuck that. That ain't me. That's nothing. That shit's worthless. That's not how I'm living. I'm living like this now. Like this is the direction I'm going. So whoever going this way, that's who I'm hanging with. That's who I want to be around. So that's all I try to do. I just try to focus more on that. I watch those videos, I read those books, I be around those people, I think those thoughts, I eat those foods, I do those actions, I have those feelings, I have those boundaries, I have those fucking words that I say. That's just what I'm doing now. And if you keep making those decisions, again, all the way back to like compounding interest, you keep making those decisions, it becomes your norm. You know what I'm saying? Like these things that at first seem extraordinary, like unbelievable, it becomes your norm. Eventually it becomes your norm. So let's do that. It's like I could never work out every day. Like, oh my God, I could never do that. But you know what? What if you worked out 3 times a week? In 6 months, that become your norm. Then do 5 times a week. In 6 months, that become your norm. So in a year, basically you're working out 5 times a week. That's your norm. It can happen. So eliminate all excuses as to why it can't. That's some loser shit. That's some fucking loser shit. I can't, like, fuck that. That's loser shit. You want to live your life as a fucking loser or a winner? Let's become fucking winners. Like, just say it. Just like today, literally, just say it. Just you be like doing some shit that someone thinks is weird. Like, say you're in an office, say you're working in an office or some shit, and like on your break, you just like sneak out in the hallway and start doing push ups. Or you sneak in the fucking broom closet and start doing body weight squats. And someone walks by and they see you, you're like, what are you doing? That's weird. That's different. They're like, that's different. That's weird. And you're just like, they're like, why are you doing that? And you're like, because I'm a winner. In fact, go watch Pain and Gain. Go watch the movie Pain and Gain with The Rock and fucking Mark Wahlberg. And I love that movie, man. At the very end, that's a sick movie, man. And they do these like he does this like huge crime, and it's they like abduct this guy and like steal his money, but it's hardcore. And they're bodybuilders. And at the end, he's becoming arrested, and they have like the huge police are coming for him, and the detective who catches him in the end is like, man, they're gonna want to know why you did that. And Mark just looks out at all the shit. He goes, "Cause I'm a winner." Or no, he said, "Cause I'm a doer." He said, "Cause I'm a doer." So let's be fucking doers, man. Let's be doers and winners, and this is just how it works now. Know what I mean? So that's what's up. Compounding interest. That's the topic of the day. Compounding interest from Albert Einstein. Man, if you're not going to listen to Albert Einstein, who are you going to listen to? You know what I mean? It's not me speaking. It's Albert Einstein speaking. Okay? He's a genius. He was a genius. He fucking split the atom. He figured out about atomic energy and the atomic bomb and theory of relativity and all this kind of stuff. He's a genius. And he talked about that. Now I'm talking about it. Maybe one day you'll be talking about it. That's how the game works. We all share. We're all standing on the shoulders of giants. And then we become taller and bigger, and we look up higher and higher, and then we can look down on old stuff and be like, oh, that didn't work. But we're standing on top of what they did, so we're becoming better for those reasons. Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? So, moral of the story, start meditating immediately. No, there's no excuse. Whatever your excuse was, then go, oh yeah, that's not an excuse. Like, whatever it is. I'd be interested to hear some more excuses. So you guys can put some comments on what your excuse was, and then I'll just reply, yeah, that's not an excuse. No. Like, if you're dead, no, you should probably still find a way to do your meditation. You should be in a permanent meditation. That's the thing. When you finally die, it's just a permanent meditation, which is fine. Except there's probably still bullshit to deal with. You're probably, even if you were like stardust, you're probably still like bumping into like an asteroid, and you're like, fuck. And you have to like process through that fucking resistance. Guaranteed, man. It's always some shit. But for now, when you're alive and you're living here with access to the internet and access to me, who's obviously a fucking genius as well, you can get started. Let's do it. Let's hammer home on it. Get your shit going. Do 10 minutes today. Do a couple minutes. Get in there. Get after it. In 6 months, you'll be better. In a year, you'll be better than that. In 2 years, better. 5 years, better. 10 years, better. And you'll see how other people didn't. You kept doing it. You moved along. Right? There'll be a new person eventually. One day, I promise you, if you keep at it, you'll be a little better than someone else. And then you'll be like, oh, I did make progress. Cool. Know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's all for today. Thank you, everybody, for checking this out. Have yourself a beautiful day. Peace.